We will create effective qualifying questions that will help you identify and attract quality leads. The benefits is saving time. You don't have to call up every lead. It obviously increases efficiencies, boosts your conversion rate. It's also good for the client because if you know they're actually a good match, then you can spend more time with them. How to do this? The goal is we want to create 2 to 3 easy questions in layman words that you can ask to qualify your leads. Your qualifying questions should ask about the problem they currently have. It's a good way to think about it. Okay, the first question should be about the problem itself. It should be easy to answer and something very crucial, ideally something that they can answer with multiple choice. I've done experiments with this myself. I also read a lot of other studies. Whenever you ask an open-ended question where people are just gonna have to type out something, that doesn't do nearly as well as somebody just choosing an option. Your conversion rates of somebody filling the form with multiple choice goes up. So what I did was I created those. A lot of these, I had to generate a lot of these different leads myself, so I had to go through the motions. So I had to go through different variations, and here's what I see. I'm gonna quickly go through them. So let's take a look and you'll see a pattern. Okay, the first question for PI is what type of accident were you involved in? So the pattern is 1, it's about the problem. 2 is it's very simple. And 3, it's a multiple choice. Be very critical about which one is the most popular one and put it in that order. So car accident, Uber, Lyft accident, bicycle accident, truck accident, motorcycle accident, and I always have an other option at the end. Second was another important qualification question. It's a very direct question. And the last one is the statute of limitation question. Did the accident occur within the last 2 years? Yes or no? That's it. At the very least, have these as a foundation. Make sure to ask for contact information at the end of the form. Why? Because it's like the easiest way to build momentum. Now I understand what problem you have. Now I know that you're looking to hire a lawyer for this. Okay, great. I can help you. So how can I contact you? Give me what's your name? What's your email? What's the best mobile phone number to reach you directly? So let's get to the important part, is where to add this. So the first one, let's get this out of the way, is Calendly. Okay, obvious one. Okay, whenever you get bookings, ask these pre-qualifying questions. It's very simple. And if you haven't set this up already, just do this today. This would be something to set up today. For example, when you go to your Calendly and you click on your event, over here under invitee questions, you will see where you can add these questions. This is a very easy way to add those questions. Different types of questions. There's one-line questions, but the ones that we're going to be mostly using is for you, because we have multiple choices, radio buttons, which is basically. Next is create a job form or another form builder, as long as it gets the job done. But the reason why I like job form the most is for many reasons, but one of those reasons is it allows you to create one question at a time forms, which is the ideal way to ask these questions. How do you create it? Very simple. Create a form, start from scratch. And I'm just gonna go through this fast. I'm not trying to do a full tutorial right now. I'm just gonna show you how simple it is. And what I want is one question at a time. It's called a card form and job form. First thing I'm gonna do is click on the right side I'm gonna just basically use a very simple design. The design, ideally, want it to be very clean, just a white background essentially with very clear buttons. For example, I just chose this, and I want the button to be red or green. These days I like green. And then on the left side is when you click on that, then that's where you'll be able to add the type of form elements. So for us, most of us, just if it's a yes or no questions, I say, are you married? Very simple. Once I click on the form, I click on properties, then I'm able to adjust, kind of make adjustments. I want it to be to the left. I want it to be required. That's how I'm able to do that. So that's for yes or no questions. Or if I have multiple choice, what's your problem? Then once I click on, problem 1, problem 2, etc. Very simple to make these forms. Their names, their emails, etc. All I have to do is just, again, click on it, make it required, require those names, require those fields. That's your email. I want to make this required. This one's going to be required. The last one is, let's just say phone number. What's your direct mobile number to reach you direct? And last thing is to basically create a URL. Once I create the URL, bam, within 5 minutes, I was able to create a very simple qualification form. Okay, very easy. And where do I use this? Well, number 1 is our website. Okay, our website, get free case review. So turn your car problem into cash. Find out if you qualify for cash or car replacement for your defective car. Are you ready? And it goes in through the questions And this, what you're seeing right now, just from the website itself, has been filled out 5,000 times. So it works pretty well. It does work. You just have to get traffic to it or have enough visitors that are visiting it. So other place, this is my most common one. Ask these questions in your Facebook lead form. Generate leads via Facebook. That's where these questions go. Next, we talked about this, link your website button to the form or job form. Everybody on your website will say, give my free case review, request consultation, or do I qualify? One of those, I think they're super optimized. And all that, as I shared with you, just goes directly to the job form link. Next is embedded on your landing page, okay? Embedded on your landing page. If you're running Google Ads, this is relevant for you. Yes, you can ask on your landing page. If you're running Google Ads, you can have the typical form that says name, email, phone number, tell me about your case. You can have that. But if you're looking to optimize things, I found that landing pages that qualify and ask very simple questions, one question at a time, are usually more optimized to capture more leads. Essentially, you take this form, you get the embed form, you get the embed code, you embed it on your landing page. And for that, I usually don't do one question at a time. I use the typical traditional form, and I just create one question at a time. It looks a little bit easier on the eye. And again, I gotta explain this, and I can show the back end of this later. But that will be a more optimized landing page if you're embedding a job form on your landing page to first qualify, then you get the contact information on the back end of job form. If anybody wants to see this, just let me know. I can show how this is done. Next is give to your intaker to qualify your leads on the call. So everybody should have an SOP for your intakers to know what, with clarity, what questions to ask to qualify the leads. Okay, you're given the questions, you give them the multiple choice, and you also give them the different scenarios. If they choose this, ask them these questions. If they choose this, ask them these other questions. If they choose this, they don't qualify. If they choose this, get them signed up. If they choose this, get them booked on a call. Whatever that is, create those scenarios. Next, a lot of people don't realize they could do this, is give your virtual receptionist services like Lex Upper, Lex Reception, Ruby. You could give them the qualification questions. A lot of people don't do this. They just collect the contact information. No, give them, let them qualify. And you can actually give them instructions. You could say, I want these 3 questions. And if they answer like this, then just let the prospect know that we can't help them. But if they do answer like this, then go ahead and book them. Or if they answer like this, forward them directly to me. Very easy win, very easy win. I know a lot of people don't have to set up. Give your virtual receptionist services your qualification questions and give them those scenarios. They do this. Next is add these questions in your email marketing campaigns when someone subscribes to your newsletter or downloads a free resource. Next, not as common, but you can use these social media platforms, have polls, literally post it, especially if you have your own communities. And depending on how they answer, you could reach out to them. You could take, post one of the questions. A lot of people don't do this. It's like create some kind of interest or get people in the right frame of mindset. Post qualification questions and see who responds back. That's a really good target. Next is potentially something that nobody has, or not that many of us have, is you could feed this to your AI chatbot. Give these to say, hey, these are, I want you to qualify, but we'll get there. Next is if you have webinars or live events, create polls. And when I'm just going through it just for you to check off which is relevant for me, and then you may need to spend some time today or this weekend or sometime this next week, schedule time to be able to go set these up. You can also incorporate these questions into your client onboarding process to collect that data. A lot of times these are not just qualification questions, but they could be just client onboarding questions. Also, you could create a little bit more advanced marketing, but exit intent pop-ups. There's a lot of different tools that allow you to do this. I have a couple that I could pull out from my resources. Not that you'll have this set up, but that one is a really good one, especially if you have a lot of traffic. It's an exit intent. As soon as somebody wants to leave, they get this pop up with a very clear button. Hey, before you leave, find out if you qualify for this benefit button. They click on that, they get sent to job form to get qualified and signed up, basically. Next is for my YouTubers. If you post videos on YouTube, add your job form. This is another place. Again, job form or Calendly. I think those should be one of your 2 options to get people to qualify themselves, and open-ended and anywhere else your leads may be hanging out. You gotta think about that. Where are they? Where are they hanging out? Are my community? Are they in other people's Facebook groups? That should cover most of the places. If I'm missing any, please let me know, but I think that should cover it.